No, I'm telling you, if you look him in the eye, he won't meow at you. You gotta look him in the face. I don't know. I didn't make him. Oh, hi. Cat talking strategies when we come back. Stand by. Hey everybody, welcome back to Mrs. Rattlecan's house. I'm James, and as I bump the microphone and enjoy some beautiful shed footage, I'd like to thank all the people who are new to the channel, coming over from some of those Facebook mid-century pages that you may or may not know Mrs. Rattlecan kind of prowls around on. Anyways, if it's your first time here, welcome. We're kind of getting back into the swing of things after taking a hiatus. And what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about mid-century windows, more specifically Jalousie windows, and what to do when yours are all screwed up. Jalousie windows or louvered windows are very popular in certain parts of the United States, most notably the southern humido areas. Ours are made by actually Anderson Manufacturing Company, because we have Anderson windows in our house, and we have Anderson Jalousie or Jealousy windows in what we refer to as the Florida room. There's a knob on each one of our doors that will open and close. Now, in normal operations, there are two pins involved. The pin on the right is your pivot pin. The pin on the left is connected to a rod, which is connected to a crank lever. When you turn the crank lever, the rod goes up and down, moves those hinge pieces on that pivot, and if all works well, then your window, the little louvers will open and close in concert all at the same time. Now, I'm trying to do this with like one hand holding the camera, and I'm not very coordinated. If you've watched the channel very much, you're well aware of that fact. But yeah, if it all works, the rod in the back goes up and down, the windows open and close, life is good. The individual panes of glass, and they're a 1/4 inch thick, and they're not inexpensive to replace, are held in by an aluminum wedge. And that wedge is held in by a very small screw. Now, in the course of replacing a couple of cracked panes of glass, we discovered something that is fairly common in these Jalousie windows, and that is the pivot pin breaks. It will either come detached from the actual holder for the pane of glass, or it will become detached from the frame of the window, or as you can see in the case of this one, it will become detached from both and become, well, absent. Now, the problem that we had is we had to figure out a way that we could recreate that pivot point, hold the glass panel assembly tight against the frame of the window, and at the same time allow it to move back and forth. And in some cases, the pin hasn't fallen out. And those, we're contemplating drilling those out, but I'm trying to avoid that. So we were able to put the pane of glass back in and kind of wiggle it around and apply some pressure on it, and it holds itself in there, but that's not a good solution. Our window guys did come up with a good solution, and that's pop rivets. What we found out is that the inside diameter that we were looking for of that hole is 3/16 of an inch. But we needed them longer than what was in a standard pop rivet assortment. So we found this on the magical interwebs, and because of that, we were able to find that they came in different lengths, and we found a length that would work for us. In this case, it is a 4.8 millimeter diameter by 13 millimeter length, large flange pop rivet. Now, because we had to find a large flange to hold on the side hold that piece up against the window frame. We did have to modify that flange on that pop rivet, and we just cut the end of it off. But the other thing that I had to do is the snout of my pop rivet gun was too big to actually go into where we need it to go. So I just took an angle grinder and I just ground a gentle taper on both sides of the snout of that pop rivet gun. It's just soft aluminum. It doesn't take a lot to do that, but that allowed us to put the pop rivet through the hole into the frame. It also allowed me to get the snout of that pop rivet gun into that channel. A couple of squeezes and it pulled it in there, and it actually worked. You can move the crank and the bar goes up and down in the back and everything pivots. So in theory, it looks like the stupid thing's going to work. Now, if you know anything about the law of unintended consequences, often when you fix one thing, you create a bigger problem for yourself on down the road. And that pop rivet sticks into that channel and it displaces that aluminum holder for the pane of glass. The two holes that used to line up no longer line up. So what we ended up doing was I drilled another hole, basically. I took a small drill bit, smaller than the diameter of the threaded part of my screw, drilled through both pieces of metal. Words are hard. Took the channel out, then drilled the outer hole a little bit bigger to allow the screw to actually fit through there. And then what that allowed me to do was to screw, put that little screw through there, and then it holds the little aluminum wedge, which holds our piece of glass. And now everything works the way that it should. So there you have it. We fixed our 1955, we're guessing, Anderson Jalousie windows. We reattached the sides of those pieces to hold our panes of glass in. And now Mrs. Rattlecan is very happy because not only did the glass guys come and replace those panes of glass, they found an issue that is apparently very common with the aluminum construction of these windows, and were able to suggest a solution. We were able to get the solution to work for us, and now we're sharing it with you guys. So if you guys have windows like this and you're having issues with them, take a pane of glass out and look at that and see if that might be what it is. Anyways, I'm James. This is Mrs. Rattlecan's house. If you got comments, be sure to put them in the comments section beneath the sermon notes. If you found this entertaining or informational, or maybe a bit of both, give us a thumbs up. Share this with somebody if you think that it might help them. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you'll know the next time we fix something. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it, because I'm just a guy. Nobody special. Anyways, you guys have a great weekend. Cheers.
If you enjoyed watching this episode of Mrs. Rattlecan's house, consider checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and to get the latest updates on our progress, like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Perhaps we should have some wine.